Yeah.
Giving you the funk 24/7.
We on.
You're listening to Philly Funk Radio.
Turn me on, turn me on, turn me on.
Live from Philadelphia, PA.
All right. Good evening, everybody. You are checking out Philly Funk Radio and Philly Funk Television, and we are here live for our Philly live show. So today is what? Monday. It is a beautiful Monday, and also, if you would like to, hold on. Let me put this on. Boom. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification right here for the Philly Live show. And you'll be notified whenever we have a new show. Also, if you would like to send us a small donation, you can just scan the QR code that's right on your screen for Philly Funk Radio. Anyway, let's go back. And of course, I'm joined always by my co-host, Mr. Van Stone, and we're also joined by Miss Whitney. How you doing, guys? Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Let me take it away. So, of course, welcome to Philly Live. And, of course, we didn't hear the intro music, so maybe, was there any intro music today?
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, then I'll get it when I watch the whole show. So, all right, it's looking good. I'm Van Stone, the face behind the voice. And, of course, I'm here with Jay Wilson, partner in crime, and, of course, the one and only Whitney Hickson, chef extraordinaire, and so many other business things that we do. So, with that in mind, we just want to say welcome to our Philly, Black Philadelphia. We are really going to keep saying that now, especially now, because I believe this is a sense of urgency, and we are just in a time where everybody really needs to pay attention, especially us Black Philadelphians. So shout out to those, of course, in the, not just the other cities, other states. We also have some nice things going on in California as well. Cali Live. We have Hard Rock Skip Hamilton. He is still with us. We're just getting around to when we can bring him back to a show that really fits what's happening. But this is a good time, dealing with positive things. We have activities for the youth, the kids, mentoring. And we need to really bring these things out, because the big topic right now, of course, is going to be for a while is the presidential election. Candidate Trump is now president-elect. We all know that. We'll keep talking about that. And this Project 2025 is about to happen, and a lot of, difficult things is going to go on. So we're going to talk about what happened with the election and what do we think and our views. But before I say that, we just want to bring you up to speed. We have a lot of good Philly Funk Radio, Van Stone Productions Foundation projects that are really happening. One of the new things is we're on 89.1 FM. So if you get in that antenna radio in your car, your vehicle, you can check out the station depending on where you are. The radius, it's under construction. So, but in the central Philadelphia, West Philadelphia area, Southwest, North area, and the boundaries that is going into Delaware County, the station sounds good. So check us out. We also have a new DJ, which is really an old DJ, DJ C. He's back with the Philly Funk mix of music. We're setting up a time slot for him, which is going to happen soon, Monday through Friday, from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. You will be able to listen to the best of the mix of nice jams, old school, new school, in competition to the other stations that do the beats. And then this show here, We're going to go audio. We're going to go starting from 2:30 to 6:30, where you will be able to listen to the show on the radio station online the way it should be. So we're going to catch up to our competitors, our local competitors. So even if it's an old show, it's a pre-recorded show, it's an updated show, at least we're there talking about the topics. I thought that was really important. Now we have some other new stuff going on. We have a few slides today to say why this is going on. We have an art gallery radio going on where we're going to deal with all the exciting different types of fine arts. And if you're an artist, and if you are a tattoo artist, if you're an airbrush artist, if you are just draw, please check us out. We got your back, and we're going to make more formats just for you. So you can send it in with our newspaper, and we're going to promote you. All right, with that in mind, I think that's enough announcements. Let's get into the main topic. We're here with Whitney and, of course, Jerry. What do you want to start with, Jerry, dealing with this Trump situation? Because that's really what we're going to say.
So the slides, you sent me one, and I had one. The art gallery one's not in there. I'm just letting you know in advance. So basically, I've been hearing today about Trump's appointments today. Of course, one of the things he said during the campaign, and we did talk about this on our show Saturday, but unfortunately we had a technical difficulty, so I'm going to revisit it, that on day one, he's going to do an unprecedented mass deportation of quote-unquote illegals, undocumented, whatever you call, living here in the United States. And he actually just picked his border czar, which we knew who he was going to pick, and he basically said that he's going to deport the undocumented regardless of whether they have family here or not. Like if they came here and had children, his intent is to send the children who are U.S. citizens back with the parents. So wanted to get you guys' opinions about that.
All right, well, let me say this first, and I'm going to throw it over to Whitney, because I know Whitney has a lot to say. So we got different views on this whole thing. But let me point out some facts. Thank you, Jerry, for bringing that out. So here's the updated facts about that. The reason why Trump is doing that is because, quiet as it has been kept, the Biden-Harris administration had set up plans and programs which allowed all of these people from selected areas, countries, Cuba, Venezuela, so forth and so on, and also Mexico. Okay, and what has been happening is the funding and the finance has been available so that when these people come in as immigrants, they are still immigrants, but at the same time, money and shelter and so forth and so on is there available to them. The Trump administration is going to roll that back because it's not just them as immigrants. It's also another program where individuals will be waiting. They're in properly, but they're still waiting for their paperwork. And according to the Trump administration, those people too will also be really, wrapped up. They knows where they are because they followed the process of the program, and it's going to reverse anything that was official for them to be here. So it's going to end up like 1.3 million people. Now that's something to really think about. How in the world did 1.3 million people actually come into this country? And here we are as Black Americans. We've been here. There's no money for us. We can't get housing support grants or any of those things. This is really what this is about. So in all balances and fair, I just wanted to bring that out. All right, what do you got to say?
I'm on this note. Latinos, y'all should have voted for Kamala because they are coming after them hard. Even the ones that consider themselves white Hispanics, he does not care. If your family is undocumented, you're gone. And, I've seen this one show, and the guy was talking to a Latino family who voted for Trump, and the lady was like, yeah, all these new immigrants from Mexico are coming over here. They're murderers and killers and this and this. And, and she's like, I did come over here illegally. And the guy said to her, well, how do we know you're not a murderer, a killer, or a rapist? We don't know what you are. And you came over here illegally. And she was just like, just sitting there like, but you're here now and you're documented. You got your son over here in America. And now it's getting bad. Now these people that voted for Trump that are Latinos and they got neighbors that voted for Trump, they're being very disrespectful to the Mexicans. And and when he say immigrants, he's saying everybody, but his key focus is the Latinos. That's who he wants gone. I guess they're the main ones that are coming over the border, but I don't feel sorry for anybody of Latino that voted for Trump. This is what you're going to get. You knew his plan. It didn't make you no different than the rest of us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And the thing is, Van, back to something you said about all these people coming over here and getting this when the black people can't get it. Do you think that when they all get shipped off, that we'll get anything?
The answer is yes. I know it's going to shock you with my answer, but that's 1.3 million people who've been getting money that belongs to Black Americans first. And even though it might seem like we never really get anything, you got to watch what happened in this last election. Okay, this is not the first time. History, first of all, as a historian, our problem is we don't really check what this is really about. So we're very busy. It doesn't mean that we don't care. So you have people like me, it's my responsibility to give you those historical facts. This is not new what happened here. When you had the Republicans and the Democrats come together and vote against Trump, it's not new. It was such a thing as the Republican-Democrat Party. And no one talks about that. So basically, then they fell apart, start fighting each other, and establish a separate Republican and Democrat Party. That's what you have now. Now in 2024, they tried to come back together to recreate the Republican-Democrat Party on the low. Everything is hidden. And the other thing is that Trump won because of hidden racism, just like what Ms. Whitney said. All these people who are hiding that they're racist, and including these Latinos. I said the other day on the show, Jerry, that anybody that vote for Trump, you're a racist. Anybody. Because this is not about voting as a personal choice. It's what you're voting for. The man says he supports Hitler. He says Hitler is all good. How in the world can you vote for somebody like that? But they did. Ms. Witt?
Well, I feel like I disagree with you. It's going to make a difference when it comes to us blacks. It's not gonna change us, here and there. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, his gear is to keep making the rich rich and to clean up the borders. I don't think he's going to do anything for the black people, the black community. That's why a lot of us blacks are sitting back and just watching this shit all blow up. I really believe that he's not going to help us any. It's not going to change. He's who he is. He's a businessman. He's going to make us be in a lot of debt and then leave office to make somebody else to fix it.
Well, I don't even think, I'll go a step further. I don't even think he's going to make it throughout his whole term. I think, unfortunately, fortunately, he would either step down, unfortunately pass away. He's 78 years old, and he basically has the same problem that Biden had, which is his age. And they said that he's already getting senile and that he already has dementia and is in diapers. So I don't know if it would be an even scarier or better proposition to have J.D. Vance as the president. But like you said, Whitney, we're not going to see none of that. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and if they divert all of that funding, it's not going to go into the communities. And again, that's like one of those things where I'm not going to say it's okay to do it to other people just as long as they don't do it to us. The Hispanics, the so-called illegals, they're first. After they get them, then they're coming for everybody else. So don't think for a minute that it's just them.
Right.
Van, back to you.
I was like, okay. So, well, I mean,
let me just say something real quick. And then he's
ahead.
going after the wrong things. Like, he's worrying about the SDA. He wants to inspire all these other people. How are you going to make America great and you're worrying about the wrong things? You are revengeful. You're out for revenge. and you're out to get the people that got you prosecuted, especially the district attorney lady, the black female, I forgot her name, and his attorney says you need to sit your fat A down or your fat butt down. That's the most discriminating and disrespectful thing that a man can say to a woman, especially a black woman. Like, how dare you? She's just as educated as the rest of y'all. She's doing her job.
As a matter of fact, I seen how Trump came out and attacked Harris, basically saying she slept her way to the top. She was unqualified. She was an idiot. That woman had more intelligence, like on her worst day, than he ever had on his best day. And as far as it was Letitia James, by the way, the prosecutor.
Okay.
She's another one. But that's the thing. Trump has a history of misogyny, especially when it comes to black women. He hates women. I mean, the man was adjudicated civilly liable for rape. And we can't be surprised at anything this man does throughout these next 4 years. It's not like he didn't tell you who he was. The thing about Trump that everybody supposedly liked is he aired everything. He put everything out on the table. I want to deport these people. I want to break up families. I want to cut welfare. I want to cut Social Security. And they still voted for him. So like you said, whoever voted for him, whatever you get, good for you.
Well, let me say this when it comes to the money. There are several programs that, thank goodness, those programs are in existence that Black Americans do benefit from. And, you know, if those programs are not attacked and the money continues to flow, then we can see, you know, so many Black people continue to at least keep the jobs that they have. For this health home care job, as an example, it's really fairly new. It's not brand new, it's been around for a while. But what is going to happen in 2025, a program such as that is supposed to come to an experiment and then they have to renew it. So if the program is not renewed, then all these jobs that Black Americans are benefiting from, the health that goes to their actual family members, they're going to lose that. So when you say that money, yes, there's still a lot of money that benefits Blacks, but we just don't look at that. So right now, what we have to watch out for, first and foremost, is when this deportation happens, it's just going to be so massive. And, you know, that extra money, like I said, there will be decision makers between all these different Senate and Congress and so forth. And, you know, a lot of the stuff, there's a lot of poor whites as well. And so they can't just wipe everything out, because then they also will lose the whites that voted for them. That's also what's important to note.
All right. So we're gonna take a break right now, and we will return after these two breaks right here on the Philly Live Show. You know what? I gotta move this thing up a little bit. All right, we'll be right back.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I know I can be a little dramatic.
Oh my God!
I can get a little mad sometimes.
The fact is, we're teenagers.
Look at this, Gramps.
He's just a friend.
I haven't seen you in a month. No, get it! Sorry, this is over.
This breakup, it was terrible for me.
What? I didn't know how to fit in.
I even thought
It might be easier if I just ended.
Even though I'm young, I know what suicide is.
And most suicide is done with firearms. And mostly, they're from inside our own homes.
but you locked your firearms.
You locked your firearms.
Seems like such a small thing, but it could save a life.
You saved my life.
My life. My life.
You saved my life.
All right. And we are back right here on the Philly Live Show. And again, make sure you hit subscribe, the bell, and like right here and be notified whenever we go live for the Philly Live Show. And also, don't forget, scan the QR code, buy us a cup of coffee, buy us a dinner right here. We always accept your donation, with any donation. So just send it in, and well, thank you for it. All right, so let's go out of that, and we are back. So, Van, you still there?
We're back. Okay, Van Stone, Face Behind the Voice. We're back. Welcome back for the viewers who may have just joined the show. I'm here with my partner, Jerry Wilson, and of course, the co-host, one only, Whitney Hickson. Welcome back to the show. We missed you in several shows, Miss Whitney. We've been trying to get you, but we finally got you on this one. And just to remind the viewers, you're going to be able to catch the show soon. Audio on the PhillyFunkRadio.com radio station, WPMR DB. Well, I have to get used to saying all of these call-in signals and so forth and so on. But we've got so much going on adding to the show, which is great. We have a whole new magazine situation going on, just for art. And I'm just assuming that we only have a little bit of time left and the show is over. Oh, we got 9 minutes. Okay, I got a text. All right, that's plenty of time. So, Jerry, do we want to bring in the slide before we go back to the next talk?
All right, so we can. Yeah, these buttons are mislabeled. So, I got the one up, the slide right now about the big three.
Oh, okay. You mean the new radio station?
About the big three stations that you tell them a little bit about that.
The big three. Well, we have 3 big radio stations that we're trying to get all our viewers and listeners to tune into. If you're antenna radio in your car or at home, stay at home. If you drive in your car, like Miss Whitney is right now, and you're close in the Philly area, the further Miss Whitney goes out, the less chance she's going to be able to hear the show. But it's under construction. In the meantime, you can hear it loud and clear and nice on 89.1 FM. West Philadelphia, brand new West Philadelphia Grand Wizard radio station. So we have another partner who's coming in with his own radio station. Of course, we have the one and only Philly Funk Radio. Yours truly here. That is not me, but of course, Jerry Wilson, who runs his own radio station. Pioneer, been doing that for years. And of course, is WBSR, here, the originator of Black radio. So that's 3 great stations. We have great DJC with DJ Grand Wizard. So if you need to, really get a DJ in your upcoming celebrations, get together, nice music, or you just want to lay back with hip hop style, but also R&B, we're doing rhythm and praise. I mean, we are really going to be having you comfortable because we're coming in through the holiday, Thanksgiving this month, Christmas, and rolling into the new year. So, with that in mind, let's get back to the topic on Trump.
So by the way, real quick, I want to run that last slide, which it says ensure victims are remembered. Do you remember that?
Just run it, because I know I sent you 2 slides and I can't see what it is right now.
You sent me a whole bunch of stuff, but
it's okay.
I just ran it, and I already ran the one that you had just sent me today. So I'm going to go back, and you're on. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what the show is about. So listen, if you're viewing the show, right, you'll be able to see all the great things, the breaks, the PSAs. And if you can't see the show, then you've got to get the audio. So check us out. We're going to try to compete with the morning shows all across the nation. We're a small radio station, but I think we can handle it because we got a nice little crew here, and we're going to be funny when we can, but natural also with it. So let's jump back into this because we maybe have 5 minutes left, and I want to really mention something that I think that's very noteworthy. So the Democrats lost this election. Okay, like I said, this is not new. If the Democrats were really serious, now is the time. We have one more month, one full month before this year is over. And I want to get your thoughts on this, Miss Whitney. Also, of course, you, Jerry, as well. If the Democrats were serious, the next step should be right now, even a week from now, it would be for Biden to step down as president altogether, and Kamala Harris would be the president. Now, even though it's only 1 month left, but she would actually be the first black woman president. And there's a lot of things that they can do. You'd be surprised in a month, because right now they are greeting and setting up for Trump to set himself up to, reestablish himself. But as a lame duck President Biden or a lame duck President Harris, this is the move. Not beforehand. They wanted Biden to step down before Kamala Harris started. That was bad timing. And so good thing that didn't happen. But now, since the hidden racism card was pulled out for Trump, that's how he won. All these white women and young white men and blacks and Latinos all pulled together. They're all racist. They're black, they're still racist. Let's get that straight. They're white racist. They're Latino, they're racist. But if they were serious, Kamala Harris would be president next month. What do you think about that, Ms. Witt?
I totally believe that. A lot of white women did not want to see a black woman in charge. And I really believe that. And that's why they went for Trump, because they cannot fathom a black woman ahead of the game. Because right now, black women are ahead of the game when it comes to white women. We are highly educated. We, the predominantly of us always want to work. We know how to be single parents. These white women only want to lay on their backs and have babies. And, they're not as educated as some of us black women are, doing it on our own. So the fact to see a black woman ahead of them, I believe that's why they went for Trump. And then the people that talk shit and say, oh, they didn't want a black woman or this, and this, and we want Trump to win, probably didn't even vote. Because there was like 15 million people that did not vote this year.
Of course.
Am I correct? Am I a little off?
You're close, but go ahead. It doesn't matter. It was a lot of people that didn't vote.
But yet they didn't want to see Kamala in office. I also believe if she had a little bit more time to convince these people to go ahead and side with her, she might have had a chance.
But what if Biden stepped down and she would be the president?
47th president, and then he wouldn't be the 47th, he'll be the 48th. And she'll be still the first black woman president. So, and they're not going to do that, though.
Of course they're not, but I wanted to know what you thought about that. That's the point.
I think it's a good idea.
See, the only thing is, would that count as her serving? Would that count as her serving? Meaning, let's say she decided to run, and I guess this, 2028? Would that actually count as a term? Because you can only serve 2 terms. That's what I would... So in other words,
still would be able to run again. She would just be 1 term. But she would be the actual president of the United States.
Well, like everybody knows, it's not going to happen. We got 2 minutes. So I just wanted to get everybody's final thoughts real quick, and then we're going to wrap up.
Well, Ms. Whitney, go. What's your final thoughts?
My final thought is, we told the Latinos. So now we're going to sit back and watch the fuckery, excuse my language, happen. And all these Latinos that voted for Trump, we told you so. That's my final thought.
That's actually my sentiments exactly too. Just
okay. Well,
you're gonna get what you voted for.
I'm glad you ain't following up with. I mean, this is live. It's live. It's not going to be edited. So, but anyway, I got 30 seconds. So, like I said, Black Philadelphians, follow this show. Stay with us with all the new things that we're going to be having. Listen to the great music coming up. Check out 89.1 FM. Check out PhillyFunkRadio.com. We are going to be the hottest radio online and maybe, draw those who listen to other stations. And of course, it's, WVSR, WPMR.org. WVSR-WPMR.org, the newest station that takes in all the big three. All right, Jerry. That's
all
30
right,
seconds.
and that's pretty much going to do it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. We'll have to do this again, probably next week with our schedules, especially myself and Miss Whitney. Our schedules are like really, really all over the place. So it's actually good when we could all get together. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful evening.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
Okay.